This is a special program from the Anna News. I'm Constantine Reztsov. We continue to report about the events on Ukraine. The Russian forces and the DPR forces continue the operation to liberate the city of Mariupol from the Ukrainian military. One of the centers of resistance is the port of Mariupol. At the moment, 70% of the port is clear, but the operation continues. The actions of the Russian forces were complicated by the presence of Russian sailors in the port, whom the Ukrainian military held as hostages. The 14-person crew of the dry cargo ship Azov Concord has been in captivity since 24th of February. The Russian forces managed to free the hostages. Mariupol is the largest DPR city previously controlled by the Ukrainian military. The operation to liberate the city has been going on since the start of March. Currently, the resistance of the Ukrainian military is localized. In addition to the Primorsky district and the Mariupol port, they hold their positions at the Azovstal factory on the left bank of the Kalmius River. The Ukrainian High Command once again tried to evacuate the leaders of the neo-Nazi organization Azov Regiment from Mariupol. After they failed try to evacuate them by helicopters, there was an attempt to take them out by sea. The plan has failed. The Ukrainian dry cargo vessel Apache tried to reach the port of Mariupol. The crew planned to evacuate the leaders of the Azov regiment by sea. Signal fires were kindled on the coast, and the ship conducted an intensive radio exchange with the Azov terrorists. Their attempt was stopped by the Russian forces, who opened fire on the Ukrainian dry cargo ship. As a result of a hit, a fire broke out on board. The crew of the ship gave a radio request to cease fire. The Ukrainians agreed to comply with all the demands of the Russian High Command. At the moment, the cargo ship Apache is being towed to the port of Yeisk, the Russian Ministry of Defense reported. Sometime earlier, the Ukrainian High Command repeatedly tried to evacuate their surrounded forces from Mariupol with helicopters. At least 3 Ukrainian Mi-8 helicopters were shot down while trying to organize an air evacuation. On 9th of April, the Deputy Minister of Information of the DPR Danil Bessonov reported, while citing the residents of Vladimirovka, that the Ukrainian troops launched a rocket strike with MLRS Grad on the village of Vladimirovka in the DPR. The Ukrainians chose a moment when humanitarian aid was being handed out to the locals. Danil Bessonov noted that the locals reported the following. Today, the Ukrainian forces launched a rocket attack by using MLRS BM-21 Grad from their positions near the village of Ugledar at the village of Vladimirovka during the distribution of humanitarian aid to the locals. It was noted that as a result of the rocket strike from the Ukrainian positions, one elderly man born in 1950 died. The medics couldn't deliver him to the local hospital fast enough. Several other people were injured. All the victims were provided with medical help by the DPR forces, which were engaged in the distribution of the humanitarian aid in the first place. The Anna News follows the events. Stay tuned.